6:36, and we check back in now with Mike Eppel over in the 680 newsroom. TSX hopefully set to have a little bit more success this morning, Mike.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Tammy, good morning. How the markets do today. The Toronto stock market is coming off a 6-day losing streak, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average yesterday was down close to 140 points, one of the larger declines we've seen actually in recent trading sessions. Some of this has to do with the jitters in the market about the tax reform vote that'll be coming up. It's expected to be at 1:30 today in the House of Congress stateside. That's if it goes through the Senate first this morning and then to the House. If they were to fail on getting tax reform done, that could lead to a fairly sizable downturn for stocks because, you know, we talked about all the records set on Wall Street. Some of that was based on the belief that there's going to be corporate and personal tax relief in place by year end. They've run into roadblocks. You know, of course, with health care reform, tax reform could be a problem because they're trying to tie health care reform to the tax legislation that is currently making its way through the various levels of government. Walmart earnings due in this morning. The biggest retailer on the planet expected to show increased sales activity on its e-commerce business. Of course, we've seen the inroads made by Amazon.com. Walmart's been fighting back, and in fact, in the previous quarter, they saw reported a 40% year-over-year increase in e-commerce sales activity. It has been a good stock in the U.S. trade this year. Walmart's up 30% year-to-date. A lot riding on these multi-billion-dollar earnings coming in today. Loblaws ramping up its e-commerce offerings as well. The grocery store retailer yesterday putting out its earnings up year-over-year, but warning of a difficult 2018 coming up because of higher costs, minimum wage going up, and other factors. So they're rolling out home delivery through the Instacart app. There's going to be premium prices on this. Not going to come cheap, but they're trying to, again, move to new sectors in the marketplace, what consumers want. They are closing some stores that are unprofitable, the company says, as they adjust to new market conditions. And it likely was not a Canadian who bought that Da Vinci painting at auction last night at that record-breaking price of $450 million U.S. Translate that into Canadian funds, $575 million at today's exchange rate of $1.27.5. So it's probably a U.S. buyer or some deep-pocketed person overseas. We'll see who it goes to. And Kevin, maybe it was even Jeff Bezos. You know, thinking about this, he's got $100 million now with Amazon. He's got the Alexa system. Alexa, buy me some art. Could just be done as easy as that.
Speaking of Amazon, did you see the mayor on Squawk Box last night on CNBC?
I did.
Boy, they were really sort of firing back at him, saying, listen, what chance do you think that the Trump administration is going to allow Amazon to move its headquarters out of the United States?
The other thing, I mean, John Tory was talking about, look, you get the dollar exchange rate, the high-tech talent that we offer, all of the schools in the vicinity of the GTA, a lot going for the Toronto market to win the Amazon bid. But you're right, this whole keep it in the United States refrain that we heard on the U.S. broadcaster yesterday, and as well, Atlanta continues to be apparently the front runner for the Amazon bidding.
It continues. However, Toronto, out of all the Canadian bids, seems to be, according to that leaked report, maybe number 12 on the list, which isn't bad.
It's not bad, but it's not number one.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
We'll see.
Number one only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades or something.
Exactly.
I don't know what it is. All right. Thank you, sir.